Hello, Craig Birch here, and as you can see from the video footage here, I have here, just on his way back from Liverpool, he's behind the wheel. Kane, show us that little piece of paper there. Couldn't have done with that last week, couldn't we, as well? Goodness me. That is Kane's medical clearance, the medical clearance that he didn't have at the weekend, so he couldn't fight Conor Benn on the big Matchroom show in London, sadly. Kane, it's been a wild few days, but you're medically cleared now. You've had your blood tests, you've had everything that you need, and you're now going to box at the venue in Dudley on the Knock for Six show. You're going to be over for on Saturday, August the 5th. Just reflect on the last few days, really. The last time we had a press conference was the Wednesday evening, and this Conor Benn stuff sort of popped up after that, didn't it? So
it did, yeah. As we was well, in part in the press conference in Dudley at the venue, it all come up and I accepted the fight, which is obviously good to think about, you know, that where I could have been Saturday and where I could have fought, and it didn't happen, which is a shame. Oh no, I've spoke to Conor Benn, and there's respect between us as men, but as fighters now, my medical's back cleared. If anything like that comes about again, I'm here and waiting.
Yeah.
I'd like to quickly as well, while we're on the note of the medical, thank Fight to Fit and from Liverpool, who's helped me and done everything for me today.
Yeah.
So really sorted me out. And all my fans and supporters and friends, sponsors and everything like that, that's all helped me today.
Yeah. So, and from Fight to Fit, is that the place that's done your medical for you today, has it?
It is, yeah.
What do you have to do then? What's a typical boxing medical? The search for a brain, that'll take them a couple of hours, I would have thought.
Yeah,
it's
a MRI, it's got CAT scan, MRI.
Wow.
Bloods, height, all them kind of normal checks from the doctor. Yeah, it's got a couple of hours in Liverpool.
Of course.
Getting checked over and all sorted out, and yeah, bloods, scans, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just making sure we're in good shape.
Yeah. Because obviously the British Boxing Board of Control couldn't allow you to box because you didn't have medical clearance. I think your licence was just due to expire. But then again, you weren't supposed to box until August the 5th either. It came out the blue, and you know, it's
yeah, it was the last thing I was thinking about when I took the fight for Conor Benn. I knew it was due up, and it was due up on the day, but I didn't actually think that would stop me from fighting on the day. So I thought I was fighting Conor Benn on the day.
Yeah.
But due to the Boxing Board of Control stopping it, the fight hasn't gone ahead.
Yeah, of course. Well, that's not the board's fault, and I bet you'll check the date next time, won't you? So
definitely, I'm going to keep on top of it, 100%.
Of course.
I did mention about doing it before, but if you've not got a fight booked, and it's pointless going there and doing it early. You know, you might as well let it work because you're just wasting money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Of course. Yeah.
And money's tight in the boxing.
Yeah, particularly you know when you're starting out, it takes a while to become a world champion, that's for sure, doesn't it? So it takes a while to make AJ's money, but obviously, I mean, that sort of came to light on Friday. Supporters of yours had all turned, you know, they were going to turn out in the droves down to see you as well, and you know, it was gutting that it couldn't happen, I guess, wasn't it? I mean, obviously you were sat in the pool Thursday night, sort of blissfully unaware, having, you know, you did a little video for social media there, very heartfelt messages on there and so on, and yeah, it must have been a bit pill to swallow, wouldn't it? So
it was, but onwards and upwards. Do you know, it is good. I'm still, do you know, thinking about it is bad, but hopefully, you know, everything's clear now. I took it at 2 days' notice. Why not give me an 8-week camp and fight me? And let's have it. Really.
Of course.
Simple as that.
Of course.
Or if there's anyone that Conor Benn would want me to fight before to prove my worth or as much, he's calling out bums, so-called bums who are calling him out. I'm the only person really who was matched with him on Sky Sports. I took the fight at 2 days' notice. I was actually on my way to the O2, and some of my friends and family had bought tickets. So really, we was matched and going ahead as far as I'm concerned. And for him to say pulling out or anything like that around me, let's put it all to bed and get it on. Yeah,
he wasn't allowed to box ultimately.
Yeah,
you know,
it was out of my control. As I wouldn't have, if I knew, and I should maybe have known, definitely. I should have been more in check. It's my first year as a pro. So and this is something that you'll learn, and next time I'll never be out of medical or licence again. But it's all back on now, none of that to worry about.
Of course.
And onwards and upwards for the 5th of August.
Of course. Obviously Michael Cole came in at 24 hours notice or whatever the case has been, gave a good account of himself before he was stopped and all sorts. And where did you watch that fight in the end? Didn't you?
I watched
Couldn't
it
bring
at home.
yourself?
I watched it at home, but you know, I recorded it before I left for London. I recorded it because I was hoping it was going to be me on there watching myself back. So I took it off. Well, I kept the recording, but I went back and watched it at home, and just me and my partner and with my fiance, and we just watched it and just went through a few things. But he put a brilliant account of himself for the amount of time he had to prepare, and it's a massive show. you know, Michael Cole should hold his head high.
Yeah, of course.
He's done really well, really well.
Of course, of course.
I'd like to have thought I'd do better.
Yeah.
Obviously. But we'll see.
Great armchair fighter on this particular evening.
That's it, yeah, I was shouting, come on, come on.
Yeah.
But no, I was behind him, I wanted Michael Cole. It's never nice to see a boxer take it a fight at short notice and, you know, have a real mount. So he done himself, he done well, he done really well.
Of course, of course. And obviously, you know, you've had a little taste, you've had that little bit of a dream. The question of whether you're going to take the harder fights has well and truly been answered and so on. Conor Benn, I think Eddie Hearn said in the ring after the fight, he's probably going to want another warm-up similar to the one he had on Saturday before they considered him for titles. You know, he's had injuries. That was the first time he boxed this year. I imagine, you know, if he wants a 6th rounder next time, he knows where to look, doesn't he? You know, there's respect between the two, a little bit of a backstory. It makes sense, really, doesn't it? So
definitely, like I said, we've spoke to each other. We both respect each other, but we're both in the boxing game, and we're both unbeaten.
Yeah.
We was both matched to fight on Sky Sports. You know, he can't be good enough to fight when he wants to stay, and then not good enough when I'm legit to fight. So give me a benefit of the doubt and give me a shot, really.
Yeah, yeah. So that's a fight. I mean, obviously August the 5th is the priority.
I'm never going to look past August the 5th. That's my main thing at the moment. I'm not going to look past any opponent. My manager will match my opponent as he sees best, and I'll go in there and do what I can do best. Yeah, yeah.
This could almost be like a dress rehearsal for a fight with Conor Benn now, because this is it, isn't it? You know, we'll obviously record the fight.
Yeah.
Conor Benn will probably watch this and see what he's getting into, you know, a lot of what he's getting into and stuff like that. And, you know, this could be your showcase now to go and land a big fight. So people know who you are now, don't they? That's the thing. So
they're going to know. And if they don't know who I am by now, after come and watch me on the 5th of August, you'll definitely know who I am there.
Yeah.
Because it's going to get me right into it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you can turn this all as a positive, can't you? August the 5th. Now you've got to go on and put it on a showcase of your skills, and you know, there's no going through the emotions now, is there? You know,
people are going to be looking at me. Would he have been good enough to get in with Conor Benn? Do you know how long would he have lasted? So come and see the 5th of August, and then we'll go from there.
Of course, they're a clever boxing crowd. They know what goes on. They're gonna, you know, they're gonna sit there and talk about it, aren't they? So
definitely. There's a lot of people talking about it already, and you know, Conor's made a few videos himself, so he knows that there's a lot of people that probably want to fight him, but as wanting to fight someone and being matched with someone are two different things. All I want is that match again, the rematch. I don't want to call him out because I've seen him box on the telly and this and that. I don't want that. I just want my shot again.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I've done everything I needed to, got my medical, I'm ready and licensed, so give me my shot again.
Of course, of course. And obviously come August the 5th as well, there's going to be frustrations to get out. There's going to be a little bit of pressure of you being the man that should have fought Conor Benn.
Yeah.
August the 5th. It's taken on a brand new turn than it did when we walked in the venue last Wednesday night, didn't it? So
definitely, yeah. We're going to bring a party to the Dudley again. With a lot of expectations from me for this one. Definitely a bit more pressure on me. People are going to be looking at me in a different light now. All because of just talks from the fight, but it's given me a kick up the arse.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put my back into it, and I'm going to give it some graft.
Of course.
And I'm going to put on a show on the 5th of August. So get at me for tickets.
Of course, of course. So get the tickets. You know, this is the showcase now, isn't it? This is, you know, what you're going to want a good test and so on. And obviously, I mean, obviously the supporters who come to London will come and watch you. There'll be a few more on top of that as well, and we'll have a good night down there, won't we? We always do. So
yeah, it's like home. It's like home.
Yeah.
I'd love to bring Ben to Dudley.
I'm not sure what Eddie had to say, or PJ for that matter, but we can but dream. You never know. So, but obviously, you know, this is what you're in boxing for these nights, aren't you? Definitely. August the 5th. And whatever comes from there, isn't it? And there's a path now, isn't there? And something to train hard for.
Yeah, there's some goals there now. I can set myself. I've re-looked at what I'm doing in the boxing now. And, you know, maybe I would have slouched around to do my medical and this, but now it's given me that little kick that I needed, and I'm going to push forward. My manager PJ is going to get behind me and sort the best that he can for me, and we're just going to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, in closing, I imagine it just shows, you know, when you put in the hard graft and the good performances, you know, at the venue in Dudley, which is the home for boxing in that particular town and so on, you never quite know where it's going to lead, do you?
You don't know who's watching, where it's going to lead, or anything. No, you don't know. You can't tell nothing. All you know is it's a good night in Dudley.
Yep, it's a good time to be a boxer, isn't it?
It's definitely a good time to be a boxer.
Okay, excellent, Kane. We'll let you get off. I know you've had a long day. So from myself, we'll see you next time.
Thank you very much.